Side Scrollers is brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/sidescrollers. It's time for Side Scrollers on YouTube.com with me, Stuttering Craig. I like movies that have sand in them. Wow.
He doesn't like it in his mouth.
And producer extraordinaire, Travis Key.
I don't like the texture in my mouth.
What? And brought to you by you, the G2 community at patreon.com/sidescrollers. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the number one gaming and entertainment podcast on planet Earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Twitch and Kick and Spotify and everywhere else will allow us to broadcast. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday to you. I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome to the number one video game and entertainment podcast on planet Earth, broadcasting live at 11 a.m. Central Time right here on this channel with me as the host. Joining us as always, Blabs. Hi, Blabs.
Hi, it's Friday, and I also have pumpkin troll earrings again today.
I decorated too, but I was shamed into decorating before the
Yes.
show started. Did you see my decorations?
It's beautiful.
I literally,
It's like a sign. He's like,
yeah, there it is, right there. But also looking extremely festive today as we get into this spooky holiday season. Just a mere 5 days away, ladies and gentlemen. It's Melonie Mac.
Hi.
Look at you.
Happy to be back. I missed you guys.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. So, okay, I have all sorts of questions for now. So many
Okay.
questions. Do you like the Halloween season?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, but but you're like super religious. So like, how does that?
I
how
know.
does it play?
It's funny. I do get some backlash with that from some other Christians. It's kind of like a divided thing in the Christian community. Some Christians celebrate, some don't. I think it's fun. So, I mean, as long as I'm not making any human or animal sacrifices, I'm good.
Right. It's fun. Why can't we just have fun things?
I know.
Right?
Like, okay, Jack Skellington here, dress up, like have a good time. I see no problem with it.
You know, like, look, people rag on Christians, they rag on other religions. But what they're ragging on ultimately is like the super duper hardcore who do want to take things away and make things that are not that are fun, not fun. And Halloween's fun. You know,
I agree.
that's why we can't have
my
nice
favorite.
things.
It's my favorite season, fall, with all the colors and the leaves. Especially if you, it's so weird living on the opposite side of the world when it's supposed to be fall and cold and it's gonna be summer instead.
Yeah.
You know, you crazy ass Australians down there, you Aussies. It's
Yeah,
weird,
or like
weird right now.
Christmas, and you're supposed to have snow and it's cold and it's like you're in the Bahamas, like in Florida. Also, it's like, huh? I don't get it.
So I wanted to showcase. I also brought some fun little things to show you, ladies, which I thought you'd enjoy. I haven't put them up yet, but I did want to show. You know, actually, you can kind of see one of them here. My mom has got into felting. It's like a felting thing. Do you know felting, Blabs?
Yeah, you made it Mario.
Yeah,
Yes,
were you talking about that Mario
He's
thing?
like, do you even know what I'm talking about? Meanwhile, we've had this conversation like thrice.
So she made this during the Mario Funathon,
Mhm.
right? Okay, and she's improved. She's gotten better. She's continued her craft. By the way, hi mom, good to see you.
Hi, Mom.
and
I'm still waiting for my email.
Look at this. Look at this little thing that she made. This little pumpkin. Isn't this the cutest little thing
Wow,
in the
she's
world?
gotten so good.
That's
Yeah,
so cute.
That's amazing.
So when I say you're a pumpkin head, that's what I mean. So
I
isn't that
I
fun?
think you should make that into an email. I'm just saying.
For what? What does that mean when someone's...
So anytime you say you're a pumpkin head or something, someone chat
There
can
you
just
go.
spam it with a pumpkin.
I've never said you a pumpkin head before, ever. You a
Well,
pumpkin
you just
head.
Well,
said
you
it.
will.
Yeah, you will now. You will do
That's the
it.
thing. That's how memes start. Look at this son of a gun here. Look at this little it's like a little thing
Oh
here.
my
Adorable little
gosh.
mice in there.
Isn't that cute?
I love the
Aw,
shroom.
So
That is so cute.
anyways, she's been making these things and
That's
selling
so
them at,
well made. I
selling them at
love
craft
it.
shows and stuff. So I thought y'all would enjoy that because you're girls.
That's
So-
true.
Did you just assume
Total
our
girl
gender?
thing.
I did, yes. Yes,
Wow.
What an
I
L
know.
take. L
I know.
move.
I'll take. I know. Anyways, yeah. So look, I want to remind everybody we are live over on Rumble at rumble.com/sidescrollers. Make sure you guys hit the follow button over there. I'd really appreciate that. We have a Twitter account at SidescrollerPod where we post memes and all sorts of stuff throughout the day and clips of the episodes, which are good. Some that only appear over on X. So make sure you guys go follow at SidescrollerPod. And we do the same over on Instagram, don't we, Blabs?
Yep, we're hitting 650 real soon, so follow us there because, like I said, clips and memes, like the Rumble memes.
Love that.
Mm.
We also just recently, in the last 2 weeks, started streaming over on Kick. So if you guys are trying to migrate away from Twitch and their anarchy over there, you can find the anarchy that is over on Kick at kick.com/sidescrollers. So pretty much wherever you want to listen to us, wherever you want to watch us, you can find us. We are available on Spotify as well once the show is over, the audio version as is. So we just passed 51,000 subscribers over on YouTube, which is spectacular, growing like a weed. Doing a great job over there. So thank you guys very much. Hit the thumbs up button. As our goal every single episode is 300 thumbs up. And let's see if we can hit that 20 members goal today. 20 members today. Let's see if we can do that. Speaking of today, I usually we had planned me to do I was going to play Doom today with Dan Vask. But I got to be honest, I'm struggling today. It may not appear, but I'm a pumpkin head today because I have a giant headache and I'm struggling today.
No.
I have been staring at a screen for a week, staring at my phone. I just need to touch grass this afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Really more than anything. So I'm going to take the day. I took yesterday as a business day and I didn't stream, and I'm going to take today as a touch grass day because I think that's important to do.
It's very important. That's good that you're doing that.
Yes, I
Yeah.
need that. And then tonight I'm going to look at the screen again when the Texas Rangers are playing in the World Series tonight. Isn't that exciting, Melonie? Do you care about
When it comes to sports, I'm only really into NFL football. I mean, I can watch any sport and enjoy it, but I'm just like not really invested in any of the other stuff.
Well,
So
I'm going to be rooting for the Rangers tonight as they take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. I need to get a hold of our boy Razor, who's going to be on Monday, and maybe put down a nice little gentleman's bet on because they're playing the Arizona Diamondbacks. So let's go. Hey, I got some great news, Blabs. Great news. Did you already start looking for it? I knew you did. Cause Raider came in with a $100 super chat. Says request gin and juice in an Arab accent. Oh boy.
I don't even know how to do that. I gotta listen to the song.
Oh my gosh. Let's stake in. Go Raider. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to draw a little, let's see. I'm going to draw a little, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to draw a little juice container. It's also going to look like you know what it's going to look like a beer cup. That's what it's going to look like, my beer stein. There we go. Raider with the $100 per chat. Look at it right there. Gin and juice. You're going to go back here with Stardust Viking. Oh, baby, let's go. Now, for those just popping in for the first time and don't know what we're talking about.
There's a lot of bad words in this.
Uh-oh.
Well, you better say them in an Arab accent because with a $100 super chat or direct donation, Blabs will sing a song in an extremely inappropriate, culturally insensitive accent.
I gotta look up Arab accents. Please hold.
Okay, Blabs, you let me know when you're ready. And you have about 30 seconds. Picasso came in with a membership for 2 months. Says, go Diamondbacks. Oh, Picasso. Looks like we got some fighting.
The internet wants me to buy accents. No.
Just look on YouTube. Like, just look for like Arab accent. Very, very simple. Think of Apu, right? No, I guess that's more like Pakistani accent, I guess, right? Like,
This is all wrong.
right? I don't know. I'm just a white guy talking online. Jeff came in with the 5, says, anyone everywhere says anything, Craig, 100%. That's right. You're 100% right, Jeff. 100%. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And Blake.
Apu's from India.
Yeah. What is he? I thought India. Okay, we'll do that then. That's fine.
So I'll say, come to Craig.
Yeah.
Listen, it's just like Flawed saying I look like Daniel Craig because all the white guys look the same, right? Is that?
I said you like Daniel Craig because his last name's Craig.
No, but Flawed said it looked like Daniel Craig, and that was the greatest compliment I've ever received in my life. So, Blake says, great week with Magic and Melonie. Thank you. Yay. Thank you for your examples of standing up for your beliefs despite the woke mob.
Thank you, Blake.
Hey, Blake. That's what I gotta say to the woke mob. Get the fuck out of here. Got no time for you. Got no time for that nonsense. Today we're going to be getting into a lot of good stuff, including obviously we're going to get into the South Park Panderverse, which is going to be just spectacular. I don't know if Melonie, have you seen any clips of this yet?
I've seen some of them. They're amazing.
Oh, that's great. We have a spectacular Spider-Man 2 self-insert, which we're going to show here in just a little bit. We also have some extreme hypocrisy when it comes to Spider-Man 2, which I can't believe we haven't talked about this yet. We're going to talk about one of the top streamers in the world. Well, going into a new business.
A new business adventure.
That's one way to put it.
Yes. And Twitch has also bowed out today. They have bowed out, and we're going to be talking about that. We also have some stuff on Pixar and some nice little quick hits to round out the show. But lots going on today as Melodic Method came in with the $10 super chat. Says, hello, ladies and Craig. Welcome back, Melonie. Craig, your mic is intermittently scratchy. Is it?
Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of people say that in the comments, but I don't hear anything on my end.
I haven't heard any scratchiness either.
I think that's YouTube.
Oh, it might be because I haven't heard any scratchiness.
Yeah, you're fine.
Adrian says about Amouranth, says she's making business our business, making her business our business. Very much so. Man, Melonie, let me ask you this. Before we get into all the news and stuff today, yesterday we had a discussion. Did you see the streamer who she played a voicemail from one of her stalkers? Did you see that yesterday?
See that. I did. That sounded pretty insane. Right.
We talked about that yesterday, and we're gonna have a clip go up on YouTube, but it's being flagged for it was flagged for inappropriate content or like demonetization or whatever it is. So we're having it manually reviewed before we go up.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Because that streamer, she's like an OnlyFans model, right? So my thought, and we talked about this yesterday at pretty good length. But my thought is that when you put yourself out there like that, you're going to be introduced to the company you run with, right? If you're going to put out your coochie to everybody and your boobies, right? And you're saying, look at me, and you're taking these pictures and putting them on Twitter of like, hey, I just got done working out. Who wants some of this?
Right.
Like, aren't you just kind of inviting that? Or I don't know. I would love to hear your thoughts.
I think definitely when it comes to certain captions like that, and when it comes to the whole OnlyFans type stuff and really selling their sexuality and selling a more intimate experience with people, then yeah, you're definitely going to be inviting that. I think that there's going to be creepy, weirdo, stalker type people on the internet, regardless, who are going to go after people, even if they don't do that. But for sure, when you're selling that, and that's like your whole market, you are going to reach them a lot more, and you're going to kind of validate their own issues that they have in their head with these parasocial relationships and stuff. They're going to feel like they're actually getting that back. And so, yeah, it's definitely... Yeah, I think that definitely makes it worse.
Okay. And once again, I see people mocking the word model. And yes, I don't really know what to call that. It's just OnlyFans hoes.
Yeah.
I guess that's the best way to say it.
E-thoughts.
Well,
there we go. E-thoughts.
Yeah, I don't have a whole lot to say. I mean, I actually do have a lot to say about that, but I don't have a whole lot to say about their character, I guess. So, all right, man. Let's go on. Hopefully, my mic is a little bit better.
I have to do the song.
Yes, you do.
I want to get it over with.
Well,
do it.
Once again, Raider, this friend is for you. This is, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Blabs singing Gin and Juice in an Arab accent.
So I just want to point out, I can't actually do an Arab accent, so I will do my very bestest, and every time the word N-word pops up, I'm just going to say Narnia. So, I'm serious. Narnia. How do you do Arab? One of y'all Narnia's got some bad motherfucking breath. Oh man, I baby. Shit, I baby.
No. Stop. This is not an Arab accent. No, this is not an Arab accent. Unacceptable. Raider came in, accepts it, wants an Arab accent. I expect it.
Narnia. Get something to eat, dog. Narnia. Study long, study wrong, Narnia.
Blabs. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
I think it was fantastic.
Thank you, Melonie. Do an Arab accent, Craig. Go on.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Narnia.
I'm having a hard time channeling.
Oh.
Let's see. I'll say it. Give me. Hold on.
Do it.
No. Let me listen to one first. Let me listen to one first. I don't want to do an app.
Oh.
All right. Don't you shame me. You don't shame me. You don't shame me. I'll know it if I hear it, which I should hear it from you, Blabs, but I can't. Hey, listen to this. Matthew has come in with a $100 super chat. Let's stinking go. Blabs, go read that off.
Matthew says, good morning to you all. I just got back from the east coast of Canada for my older brother's wedding. I took the trip to Toronto. What a beautiful city, but I'm glad to be back to the west, just in time to watch side scrolls and play Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Let's go.
Toronto is beautiful, so yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Toronto. You know what I thought of Toronto? I thought when I went up there, I spent a few weeks up there a couple years ago. I thought Toronto was just like a giant concrete jungle. Like I was not super impressed with Toronto. I didn't. Yeah, I was not. I didn't. It was just kind of a thing.
No, you gotta go to the Ripley's Aquarium right by the
yes.
Santa, I believe it's called. That's amazing.
I literally was downtown at the convention center, right next to the aquarium and all that.
And did
stuff.
you go into the aquarium? Doesn't matter if you're not next to it.
Blabs, the aquarium is not Toronto. The aquarium is the aquarium. It's like you can't judge Toronto by the aquarium.
Yeah, you can. There's literally like a moving platform with sharks above your head. It's so awesome. But also, it's beautiful because Toronto has all the water surrounding it. You got a little island that you can look at. Like, it's gorgeous. You're just shit.
Blabs.
Tell him, Blabs.
That's like saying
you got another L take there, Craig.
I went to McDonald's. I went to a McDonald's that was really nice in Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City is a wonderful city. It doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, but the Ripley's Aquarium is like home to Toronto. Did you go and explore Toronto? Did you look at all the cool stuff?
I walked around downtown. I had some falafel and stuff. It was fine.
Whatever. Listen, I'm sorry you have poor taste.
It was okay. It was all right. It just didn't really do a lot for me. But anyways, you know what does a lot for me is Matthew. Look at it right there, Matthew. Let's go.
Yeah.
I should have put a Canadian maple leaf on that. That's what I should have done. All right. Matthew, thank you very much. That's outstanding. And Max came in with the 279. Says Blabs and Melonie should start a rap duo.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right. Stay tuned.
369. Damn it, fine.
Sounds like a good song for next week, right there. with a Toronto accent, eh? Hey.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I need X-Ray Girl and Mark. I just gotta study their accents.
There you go. Again, give it up for Big Raj coming in with that super sticker. Thanks so much, Big Raj. Appreciate that. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. It's time to get in for it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for Hard News.
Hard News.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Paul, for that wonderful rendition of the hard news intro. Here we are on the day of the release of South Park Enter the Panderverse, I believe is what it's called. The Panderverse was this was announced a couple of weeks ago. We saw some screenshots of it, saw a nice little trailer, but it is out in the wild now, and it is glorious. The Panderverse obviously playing on the idea of pandering to the woke mob and the pandering to diversity, pandering to all these various different things of diversity, equity, and inclusion. And that is what South Park just absolutely ripped apart in its latest special. Melonie, you said you've seen some clips of this?
Yeah, hilarious. It's just kind of mind-blowing to see like, oh, this is like our space. This is what we talk about every day. And now we're seeing it on South Park. I love it.
Well, when it reaches that area, that point of, I don't know, when it reaches that broad of an audience, we have this like little niche, that we talk about this stuff on a day-to-day basis. But the thing is, it's not that little because otherwise side scrollers wouldn't be growing. Geeks and Gamers wouldn't be growing. Nerdrotic wouldn't be growing. Melonie, you wouldn't be growing because people need to know they're not fucking insane and looking at this stuff and being like, that's stupid. That's wrong. Why are they doing this? So that's what this entire episode of South Park is about. And they specifically hone in on Disney and the pandering and the swapping and the of all different ways in this. And the clip that I was going that we were going to, Blabs, if you want to pull this up, the clip I wanted to take a look at here is specifically with Cartman, as he is at a psychiatrist, apparently, worried about things that he's been worried about. Now, Blabs, we're going to need to like kind of stop and start as we go on here. And you probably want to minimize it as well because we don't want to get flagged for copyright as we go through here. So let's go like 10 or 15 seconds and then stop it, and we'll kind of talk about it. So fire away.
Having the same dream. Everywhere I look, people are being replaced.
Okay, and who do you think is going to have you replaced?
Them, the puppet masters. The last time I had the dream, I was walking down the school hallway.
Which is awesome. Go pause. we saw her. We saw black female Cartman in the promotional footage. But I think that this is the first time we've seen Butters.
Yeah, I think
Butters
so. I can't even tell what Butters is supposed to be. It's hilarious.
Go ahead and show real quick, Blabs. You can keep it. You can keep it pulled up. You don't need to keep going. So Blabs looks like some sort of like, I don't know. How would you describe? Is that a?
I can't tell. Like, is that Middle Eastern with blonde dyed hair? I don't know.
I love that the only defining feature that we know of Butters is the blonde hair, right?
Yeah.
That's the only way we know that it's Butters. Outside of that, it's just like this ambiguously, like maybe male or female kind of blended color. I don't know. And it's brilliantly done. That's good. Continue.
He's like, hey, Eric, you want to see what my mom packed me for lunch? And that's when I start to notice that something's wrong. Everyone I cared about has been systematically replaced. And finally, I want to scream, and I'm like, why are they replacing every single character with someone who is diverse? But the kid is like,
pause it. Which, it's funny to, I mean, once again, when South Park is out here going like, why are they replacing everybody?
Right.
What is the deal? And in this episode, they squarely point the finger at Kathleen Kennedy, which we don't talk a whole lot about Kathleen Kennedy. I think Geeks and Gamers does that a lot, obviously talking about Kathleen Kennedy and the effect that she's had on a lot of the Disney products. But she's been like the golden child at Disney for a long time. And but we've seen continuous failure after failure after failure at Disney as they've gone out of their way to change these classic stories that everybody loves and everybody has admired for literally decades. And now they decided to make these changes, and you see the South Park characters with these changes, and you're like, well, that doesn't make any sense at all, and it's brilliant.
I low-key like Kenny's new look, though, not gonna lie. Kenny's kind of a baddie.
There are people on Twitter who have gone and they've shipped, I guess that's the word, they've created like Photoshop, and they've done gone in and made fan art of these characters, which
Mhm.
I think that's the most fascinating thing about this is that people have those who are looking at this and are like, "Ooh, baby, I love it," and they're the people that we're laughing at here. Which is the best part about it. You just point your finger at it. Let's go.
It's because of Kathleen Kennedy. But then Kathleen Kennedy's just like, fuck it, make it more lame. And everyone in town is like, no, please, Kathleen Kennedy, stop ruining everything. But Kathleen Kennedy is all like, put another gay diverse woman in it, make it more fucking lame. This stock just keeps going down and down and down. And then Bob Iger is all like, no, but don't have enough stuff. No,
That's awesome.
That's great.
So at some point, Kathleen Kennedy's like, "No, put more gay, diverse women in it."
It's true because that's literally what's happening with the Acolyte show that's in production or was before the strikes and everything. I don't know if they ever finished it, but yeah.
I always like to ask. It's funny. I was talking to my wife about this the other day. We saw a commercial on TV during I think it was like during the baseball game, and it was a Fox commercial where it was like it's more like it was like a girl power commercial where they have these girls who are astrophysicists and they're in these major positions. And I asked my wife, I was like, "Honey, have you ever felt like you've been held back, or if you've ever felt like you've been discriminated against in any way, shape, or form because you've been a woman?" And I don't know. I like to ask y'all that same question. Do y'all feel like you've ever been held back because you've been women before?
Not really.
I mean, there's only been 2 instances, but that was because
Like what?
it was for work actually. When I was working on a ranch, they were like, "Oh, move this truck. You don't worry, you can drive it because it's an automatic." But like they were either assuming that 1, because of my age, I wouldn't know how to drive a manual, or 2, because I was female, and most females don't know how to drive manuals. And so I was like, "No, I can actually drive a manual anyway." And they're like, so. But yeah, that was it. It was basically just like the industry that you used to work in was mostly male dominated, but that was it. Now it's getting better stuff. Yeah, it's kind of like those shitty things, but other than that, no, nothing really major. We're like,
yeah, kind of have to deal with creepers and stuff more, but that's just life.
Well, you said something, Blabs, that I think is important, right? You stepped into a male space, right? A ranch is not traditionally
exactly. That's right. Why that was the problem.
Okay, well, let's just say a man steps into a primarily female space, kitchen. Right? Okay. well, what's the irony of that is that yes, women are traditionally thought it's like the space for women, a kitchen, right? But that's not actually accurate at all, because when you look at like high-end chefs, there's it's men and women, right? But okay, let's just say like the nail salon, right? I don't know.
Okay.
Think of something that's primarily a women-dominated space that you have women painting nails and stuff. I mean, wouldn't it be weird for a man? I don't know. Are there men who paint nails? I've never actually been to a nail salon before.
There's some. I've had my nails done by a man before, but it's rare.
Yeah. I mean, I would imagine that those men probably get poked fun at by the women there. I would think that's just one of those things. When you enter a space that is traditionally not for you, it's different, right? And I think that goes for, pick whether it's a race, like let's say a black guy walks into a traditionally white space, or a white guy walks into a traditionally black space. The same type of thing. You will get odd looks. I mean, I remember going to, like I've told this story many times before. I went to Compton and I played basketball in Compton, and like I got the shit kicked out of me because I was white. Right? They beat the shit out of me for like 3 hours because I was the white guy there because I was different. Right? And
they like actually beat you or just beat you at basketball?
Well, no. I mean like elbows and hit like I was physically beat up for 3 hours while playing basketball, right?
They're like, hey,
but it's like it's one of those things, right? It's one of those things where it's like if you complain about it, you a bitch, So like you got to fight through it, and you don't, because you don't want to be a bitch, which is a derogatory term, you know.
Well,
So
I mean,
you
if
know,
there was like a dude who seems super straight and he's like, "Oh, let me apply this winged eyeliner to this girl," I'd be like, "Oh, do you need help with that?" Like that would be my natural thought.
right, yeah. He's like, how can I help you? Right.
Yeah.
So there's another clip here, which is great, where Blabs, you want to pull this one up as well from South Park? Go pop this one and give this one a play.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We're just minding our own business, and she keeps saying she's Eric Cartman.
Okay, and what's wrong with that?
Go pause. So that guy he's like the diversity chief, which that the irony of all this is that it's like a generic white guy, right? You know, with it, which I absolutely love. And go pull back just a few more seconds. I think the way this interaction plays out is just
minding
brilliant.
our own business, and she keeps saying she's Eric Cartman.
Okay, and what's wrong with that?
What's wrong is it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, I see. There's a diverse female where Cartman used to be, and you don't like that.
It's not that we don't like it. Don't you think that's weird?
Well, I don't see a problem with it at all. And if
Pause.
you boys don't think Eric can be a black...
the total gaslighting. Yeah, he's the PC principal.
Yep.
The total gaslighting
This
here.
just puts it into such a good perspective because we've been saying this kind of stuff for a long time now. Like, this is not the same character. That's a different character. Why are they doing this? And we're constantly being called racist, sexist, this, that, and the other. And it's like, when you actually see it illustrated like this and self-aware, it's amazing.
Just seeing the boys question and being like, and like there's that pause there where he's like,
Yeah.
because it doesn't make any sense. And he's like, oh, so what I see is you're the horrible person, you know. The absolute gaslighting associated with this is amazing. As Static Blue says, he's literally a Twitter thread, right? Absolutely. Which is great. Let's go continue.
black woman, then maybe the problem is you.
What? You think it's perfectly normal that Cartman is suddenly a black woman?
You probably don't like that Indiana Jones got replaced by a female either, huh? Probably have a problem with Black Spider-Man, too.
No, Miles Morales is sweet. That's a whole constructed thing with its own character and narrative, and this is just taking Cartman, same old Cartman, and putting a black woman in it. Well, we're just minding
There you
our
go,
own
pause. Which is great. And that lays it out perfectly, I think. I think that's when you hear folks like, you know, Jeremy or Ryan or anybody, you know, talk about these type of issues. It's amazing how when you have time to script something out and lay it out so, for lack of a better term, black and white for people, right? It's so easy to understand. And it'll be interesting to see the response to this, you know, from people who are like, oh yeah, this is, you know, diversity is great. And like, yes, I agree. Like diversity, wonderful, right? Do your thing. I don't care. But it goes back to just make a new character. We talked about James Bond this past week, and they're talking, who's the next James Bond? And the idea of Idris Elba was popped up, and it's like, well, why not just make him like 002 or whatever? You keep him in the same universe, but he doesn't necessarily have to be 007. You know, it could be its own thing. Make him his own character. Give him his own flaws. Give him his own personality. It doesn't have to be James Bond, which is wonderful.
Yeah, it's just refreshing to see, like with South Park, always known for being, you know, with their humor that is, they're not afraid to offend people, anybody on any side. And I think that's great. But you see other things that have done that, like GTA in the past, and then they all of a sudden turn woke, and it's very jarring. So it's like, this is refreshing to see. It's like, okay, they're not bending the knee here at least.
It's brilliant in the way they did it. But what has GTA done?
GTA, I mean, they when they had their remasters and stuff, they took out a lot of the they had like cross dressers and stuff and jokes around that sort of thing, like transgender jokes, and they took them out for the remasters and tried to make them less offensive.
Jesus.
Stuff like that. Yeah, we'll see how next the game is, but yeah.
So you're telling me the game where you can still steal a helicopter, right? Fly it around downtown, take out 1 million civilians, go down, put a pop in a flamethrower and have them burn to a crisp. But they need to take out that stuff. and
Yeah.
they're okay with everything else. But okay, sounds good. That's the offensive stuff. That makes total sense. Which is great. Oh my God. All right. Let's go and read off some of these super chats. Peter came in, says, don't go to Toronto, go to Calgary instead, from an Albertan.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
would say that's accurate from what I've heard.
Mark came in with the 5, says, I thought they zeroed in on Kathleen Kennedy in particular. Yes, they did. One of the big story arc of it is there's the Pander Stone in the episode, and the Pander Stone is what is allowed Disney to create more or less the same movie over and over and over again. And Kathleen Kennedy kept using the Pander Stone to create all stuff, and it worked less and less. And that's actually how a female version of Kathleen, well, I guess she is female, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
she's female.
A Cartman version of Kathleen Kennedy came through the Panderverse and was replaced the real Kathleen Kennedy. It's so stupid and ridiculous. Mark says, Kenny looks like Sabine. So
It's true with the purplish hair.
there you go. Orthodox monks came in with the daily quote of the day. It says, Blabs, go and read it off.
A true aesthetic? I don't know. Is that how you say that? I don't know. Narnia does not care about the outwardly appearance at all. His main focus is to correct himself inwardly so he can get closer to God. Bishop Saint Nectarios, Man of God, 2021.
All right. Thank you, Orthodox monks. Greatly appreciate that. Always a pleasure to have you in, and I love your quotes of the day, man. Good stuff. And Clemson came in with 10 gifted memberships to the channel. Let's stinking go. Look at it, Clemson. Let's go over there. We're going to join Insidious Bliss down here in the red spot. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Clemson. Sorry you get to go behind the wall over there, but we gotta make this thing happen right there. Clemson, let's go. Blake says we need side scrollers updated for a modern audience. Let's go.
Do we like blackface ourselves and get in trouble?
There we go.
Blabs.
What else can you do?
Blabs, you come to work in blackface on Tuesday. See what happens for Halloween.
We could eat a whole lot more food and just
What if I just put
up.
chocolate on my face instead? Does that count?
Yes, that is horrible. You probably should. Well, I'll say you shouldn't do it if there's ill intent behind it.
It's
No,
okay
I
if
just
it's
want
chocolate,
chocolate.
though. It's for Halloween. It's totally
Exactly.
fine. It's
I'm just a
candy.
human Hershey bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then go ahead, Blabs. Do it.
No,
And-
I'm not. Does it get acne? No.
Oh man, that'd be awesome. How? That's a question for the
No,
chat. A question for the chat. How would we each be updated for the modern
Oh,
audience?
gosh.
This is a very
Craig would
important.
be disabled. Missing like something. Break a
Just
limb
cut
or
your legs
something.
off.
Please, for the
Disabled
love of
or
God,
mentally disabled, whichever one. He's got all the tisms.
I want to look like this guy here. I want to look like our HR guy. This.
You can either cut your legs off or you can go trans.
Yeah. Crag
I'm
it.
gonna get my legs cut off. So
Casual.
make me that guy. I'm not that hardcore yet, Melonie. So.
Okay.
Hey, and Matthew came in with 20 gifted memberships. Let's go, Matthew!
Yay!
Thank you so much. Look at it right next to himself. That's awesome. Canadian showing up. Let's go. Thank you so much, Matthew. That is massive. 20 gifted memberships. If you guys got gifted membership, make sure you guys say thank you and consider paying it forward. We greatly appreciate that. Cajun Corey says we should replace Blabs with Epic Mike and call her Netflix Blabs. Happy Friday, y'all. Oh my God.
Epic blabs. Here I am.
Well, I'll tell you what. If anybody wants to meme or fan art myself, Blabs, and Melonie as modern audience, then please, by all means,
Jesus.
let us know. Tweet them out. It's great. Chaos says Melonie would be an atheist. There you go. That's
There
awesome.
we go. In an alternate universe, the woke universe.
Love it. Let's go on to our next story here. As this came out a couple days ago. Spider-Man 2 was launched on Friday, and a massive success between that and Mario Wonder. And I saw you talk about this on your channel yesterday, Melonie.
Mhm.
And I'll tell you, I'll let you lead this story here because this is absolutely
Okay,
spectacular.
the Twitter detectives did some work. They found one of the writers for Spider-Man 2. She posted a picture like holding the copy of the game. She's really proud of it. And just coincidentally, she looks exactly like Mary Jane in the game. Exactly. I mean, come on. This
yes,
is
an
pretty
absolute spitting
conclusive.
image.
Looks just like a self-insert if I've ever seen one. And it's funny because I have a lot of opinions, but a part of me feels bad because it's like, I'm not trying to knock this girl and call her ugly or this or that or the other. But what we can say is this definitely appears to be a self-insert. It's uncanny. Why did you even hire the other model when you weren't? I don't know. I don't know how this happens because it's like she's a writer. How does a writer get a self-insert? I don't know. This is something.
Now, how did they do Spider-Man 2? Was it with all the dots and all that, and they had like motion cap, and they used that other model, and then was that what they did?
I'm not sure. Like usually that's how they do it, but that's what I'm confused about. It's like, did they do a face scan, all this stuff of the other model, and then they were like, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, let's adjust this and make her look just like our writer here instead. I don't know.
But she doesn't even look like MJ.
She doesn't. And this is the second time we've seen a what appears to be a self-insert this year. Because when we saw the new Fable trailer with that woman that did not look like a woman, then the internet detectives discovered that there was a transgender individual who worked for them who looked just like that. So it's just insane when you're finding people in the office who look more like the characters that they're making than the models that they're hiring for it. It just leaves a lot of questions.
I think so. You can't not look at this. I was going to add your screen really quick. Like you can't not look at this and be like, "That's a spitting image." I mean, it's right there. But I do have a lot of questions here because I can't imagine a studio the size of Insomniac like looking at this writer for the game and being like, "Yeah, that's Mary Jane," and then like, what did the girl who played Mary Jane, what did she actually look like? Because there's definitely an actor who played
She's beautiful. Yeah.
Right? Do we have a picture of her? Can we get a picture of her?
Find one, yeah. I just want to point out, look at the teeth. Like even the teeth are just like so accurate to her. It's crazy how much detail they went into this to make it look like someone else.
It's almost at the point now, it's like, are they hiring the model just to pretend that it's just so they can say, oh yeah, this is who we used as our model, just so they don't completely expose everything they're doing? I don't know. It's confusing.
I can't imagine that somebody kind of went in and was able to figure this out. Number one, who is the writer? Is she actually a writer? There's a lot of questions I have here. Does she actually work for it? Yes, she has an Insomniac shirt on in the picture, but
yeah, a rainbow one at that.
Yeah. Do we know who she is though? Do we have any idea?
From what I've gathered, she's a writer. I don't know, like in terms of like lead writer or what extent of it, but she is a writer from what I've gathered.
Okay, so this is the girl who plays Mary Jane.
This is supposedly Stephanie Tyler Jones, and she was the model for Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2, and that was what she looked like in the first game. And then all of a sudden, bam, the second game. Yeah.
But she doesn't look anything like. I would say that she doesn't look anything like either of them. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't think she does either.
Wow.
Maybe the chin in the first one a little bit, but this one definitely not.
I don't understand it. It's like, are these tax write-offs paying these models to do nothing?
Right.
Maybe it's just a mocap thing, I guess. Maybe I don't know. I mean,
digging to see if this is actually her or if there's somebody else.
That's crazy. I don't know. I'd have a hard time. Part of me's like, that's really silly, and part of me is like, I don't know how does that happen? Like, if a writer's like, I really want to be.
That's my thought. It's like, wait, but how did it happen? How could a writer? I don't know.
There's so many questions here. It's part part of me wants to really believe this, and part of me is kind of skeptical here. But you can't not agree that they very much look the same. That original picture, they very much look the same. So
they do.
It is what it is. Yeah. Some more stories out of Spider-Man 2, which hey man, you release a game like this, it's a worldwide release, and you're going to be greeted with all sorts of watchful eyes, and that is what we have here. And the game in the United States has well, let me go pull up the story here, Blabs. This is from Bounding Into Comics. They had all sorts of LGBT content in the main game, flags and all sorts of stuff. But guess what? We released overseas in Saudi Arabia. We're just gonna make some changes to this, and you know, because why not? It's a global release, you know. So I obviously we're pointing out the extreme hypocrisy here that is attached to these games. If you truly stand with something, you should truly stand with it, right? But when it comes to selling the game to the Saudi Arabian audience, which is not very LGBT friendly, they decided to remove it because they would be able to sell more games. Melonie, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, this is just very par for the course in what we're seeing in the gaming industry in general. I mean, I covered this on a video yesterday, but it's like they've hired a bunch of activists instead of people who are actually passionate about the industry. So it's like their goal, one of their main goals, is to insert their politics, their virtue signaling, their this, that, and the other into these things. And but the fact that the companies themselves are releasing these alternate versions like this just goes to show that it's just, you know, it's pointless virtue signaling, and there's no substance to it.
I wonder what the conversation is like to the people who are like, listen, we really need to have all these flags, we need to have all the, you know, these side missions and such, you know, to really, you know, to really get this through, you know, to make sure that we're heard, right? And then somebody at the studio is like, well, yeah, but we're not going to have that in Saudi Arabia, right? How do you think those conversations go? You think You think that they just like roll on the ground and start kicking and screaming immediately, or do they go to a dark, like a corner, and start crying? Like, how does that work exactly?
There's got to be somebody trained in PR that presents these ideas and use their PR speak to make it sound fluffier.
Oh, man. If you scroll down, Blabs, scroll down a little bit further, there was pull this up really quick. There is the tweet that they sent out. Scroll up a little bit, please.
Oh, no, it's up here. You mean this one?
Keep going. No, keep going.
No,
It's towards. It's
it was the one that was translated, I believe.
Yes.
That one.
This one?
Yes, the translated tweet. So it gives kind of a rundown of it. It talks about how it says on October 17th that the Web Slingers' latest outing had cleared their approval process. The censorship board vaguely revealed via the official Twitter account, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 was classified after the publishing studio Sony approved the modifications required by the General Authority for hashtag media regulations. So Saudi Arabia was like, they have their own general authority of media regulation, and they went and played the game. They said, hey, this needs to be changed. And guess who said, okay, Sony did. Sony's like, whatever we need to do. I'm very curious what this accounts to in sales, right? Because we were looking at sales figures over in Japan for this game, and I think it sold like something like 70,000 copies. I can't imagine the Saudi market is much bigger than Japan's, right?
Right.
Like
that's true. So I wonder how that would even be worth it for them with the extra effort and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think that's the question that I have for sure. Which I'm going to do a little digging here while we talk.
I'm actually looking for some type of numbers. I don't see anything yet. I don't think they're out. Like those numbers are released yet.
Well, it is what it is. And Dan's wondering how he gets this version. I don't know, Dan. I really don't know.
Go to Saudi Arabia, buy a copy, and then come home.
Like, and I think my thing about this is if you're going to remove this stuff? Why not just
Mhm.
give people an option to remove all flags? Let's say
Yeah, in your
let's say I don't
settings.
want the Canada flag or the United States flag or whatever. Just remove all of them. Just make
That's
it.
what they did in Call of Duty.
Did they remove
Oh,
all
I
the
didn't
flags?
know
Yeah,
they
don't
did
you
that.
remember Call of Duty last year? They used to have like the emblems where you could have your country's flag and all that. They
Oh yeah,
removed
yeah, yeah.
those.
Mhm.
They're
That's
like,
right.
Oh, but they actually remove them, and not just not. Okay, so it's different. Or with this, it's like having like an option, like, oh, do
yeah,
you
it would be really great if you could have a setting, kind of like how Lego has that setting where you can have the
Right,
actual dialogue,
yeah.
or like the moans and grunts and all that. They should be able to do that here. It'd be like ESG on, ESG off.
Right. I
Yeah.
you know, and I think the bottom line for a lot of these companies, of course, is oh, they're getting money from it, that the ESG stuff and all that. And so they hire activists who make it their life mission to um, you know, show all this stuff to children, especially. but but at the bottom line with the developers is like they just care about the money and that's it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Of course. I mean, it always comes back to just follow the money.
Yep.
Follow the money. That's it. All right, let's go to our next story here. We have Amouranth. Oh man. Okay.
Oh man.
So when you are a content creator online, once you reach a certain size, you've seen people start off different side hustles, different brands, different, various coffee companies. We have Krigler Coffee. Adam obviously has his coffee. We have all sorts of different things. And Amouranth, who is a very popular Twitch streamer, Blabs, I believe you would call her an e-thought.
Yes, she is the number one e-thought.
The number one.
The elitist of all e-thoughts.
Yes. A multi-millionaire has been approached with an extremely interesting proposal from a Polish beer brewery. They want to bottle a beer based off of her vaginal yeast.
I'm so glad Adam didn't make coffee out of any of his stuff. Thanks, Adam.
The secret recipe of Krigler coffee.
It's like, it's my grandma's recipe.
All right. Part of me wants to congratulate her on her entrepreneurial spirit. Here.
Spirit.
Oh gosh.
His boost.
I just don't understand it, because what I don't understand is with how much money she has, like, is her husband really a pimp and pressuring her into doing all this? Because she works a lot. She streams a lot and she's coming up with all these other ventures a lot. And so it's, how much money do you need until you're like, all right, I'm good. You know what I'm like, what is the motivation to keep doing this stuff? That's what I don't understand. How much money does a person need?
She's set for life. She doesn't need to do this.
It's like she's streaming 7 days a week, 10 hours a day, all this stuff all the time. She's not even enjoying the money she has. I can't wrap my head around it. What's the end goal here? Making her husband rich? Is he spending it all? I don't know.
A quick reminder that this is the same lady who was selling her bath water in fart jars for $1,000 not too long ago. So she sold.
Listen, Melonie, we're starting a new thing. We're gonna sell bath water and fart jars. Okay. We're gonna get rich.
Like,
let's go.
I have so many questions associated here. Number one, how many bottles of bath water and fart jars did she actually sell?
I'm gonna Google.
How do you get the inventory for said fart jars, right? Are you just the night before, are you eating a lot of like Mexican food and then you wake up?
It's like just Taco Bell.
you just wake up and I got one coming. You get this jar and you're popping it down. Like, oh my God. So she's actually covered almost every angle of the human body you can cover. She's covered the bathwater skin, she's covered the exit, and now she's covering the other eggs. All right. So I guess the question is, can you go lower than this?
I'm not sure how. Well, like I feel like
she can actually. She'll probably start using like menstrual stuff.
there we go. There's an idea. Should email that to her.
Yo, Amouranth. Use those tampons, girl.
It's like a menstrual mask. You just it
Oh.
makes your skin soft and
You're gonna make Craig throw up. Ew.
Oh.
I've already got a marketing campaign. The hashtag menstrual mask challenge. Like, post a selfie. Post a selfie with the menstrual mask.
No.
Oh.
Ew. Holy fuck, says the Bloody Mary. Oh no. Oh no.
The worst part, the absolute worst part about this is that there are people who will be like, fuck yeah, absolutely. I'm in.
She could sell boogers too. That's another market we've got there.
Man, we're giving her all sorts of different lines of business
Armpit
here.
hairs. She just needs to wax and
Essence
collect
of
all the
Amaranth.
armpit hairs.
Ew.
All right,
Listen,
we got
Craig,
ideas.
apparently she made $200,000 from selling fart jars.
Doesn't that just piss you off?
Yeah, and then apparently doctors diagnosed her with severe gas pain for breaking wind too often, so she pivoted to selling digital artwork of the jars as NFTs. Look at my NFT jar! Farts!
What kind? Like that is the bottom of the barrel degeneracy for anybody who buys an NFT of a fart jar. Like, that is as degenerate as you can get.
What is more sad? Is it more sad that she's actually making this, or is it more sad that people will buy it?
I think it's more sad there's a market for it. That is even more sad. The fact that she's able to make all this money on this stuff.
You can just make whatever you want.
Yeah.
And just throw it out there. But people are actually like, yeah, this is a great investment. Let me spend my money on this. Like, okay.
What? Okay, we talked about this yesterday with the girl and the stalker and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
What is the most likely outcome for Amouranth? Okay, I'm going to give you three options. I'll give you three options. Okay, here's three options for Amouranth. Number one, she lives a long, successful life and she has millions of dollars. Okay, there's number one. Number two, she flames out here in the next couple of years when she gets old and people are not into her young body that is not so young anymore. Number three, a crazy stalker comes, finds her, puts her up on some sort of like noose and slowly murders her. What do you think is the most likely thing to happen?
I went extreme from you're mid-milf now to your death.
Here's what I think is a likely scenario. Maybe because I don't know. I have a feeling that and with everything online and all this stuff that the internet detectives have dug up, I do think that it's a possibility that she is essentially a sex slave and her husband is pimping her out. Maybe she'll get out of that situation if that's the case, and then retire and disappear from the internet forever. Like, what was that other e-thought that did? Well, she came back, but she did a lot of like e-thoughting stuff, and then she just disappeared from the internet for years, and then came back. So, and once she needed more money because I don't think she had as much as Amouranth. But
Amouranth can just go and do plastic surgery. She's got all that money that she can afford the best doctors to still look extremely young, even when she's in her 40s.
Well, and even if she gets a lot older, I mean, there's also markets for people that like old people.
Some 80-year-old's gonna be like, yeah!
I know. Or even some like, oh man, I watched this one documentary thing about these sex dolls that people make, and there actually was a market for them selling old lady dolls. So
listen here, guys. Don't do that.
Apparently, I don't know. I think I don't know. I'm still surprised she's still doing all this stuff because she has so much money. That's why I think that there's a driving force there that is pressuring her and making her do it. Because why else?
Greedy.
Or I guess it's possible she's not even because she's working so much, she's not even enjoying the money that she's made. So it's just like, I don't understand the motivation. I can't.
I think it's greed. She's just one greedy bitch. And
Maybe.
she's like, give me all the money. And then, you know,
Maybe.
when she's like 75, she'll be like, yahoo! Goes on a ski jet, whatever it is.
Okay,
It's
so
wild.
there is a website that talks about this process, which I'm hesitant to read about, but I'm just going to give you the high level
Oh dear.
rundown of this. The gynecologist collects the vaginal smear from the models. These
I
smears
wasn't
are
expecting this. I thought we were talking about her being greedy and what you thought was an actual document.
we got to get into the scientific method of how you turn
All right,
this into a
let's hear
beer.
it. Let's hear
I know
it.
how to make beer. This isn't it.
By the way, the word smear, when people say like, right, when people say like, oh, you need like a
A smear of cream cheese.
yeah,
bagel?
smear. Like I'm always like, ugh, you know, just the word smear. Like it's like the word panties. Ugh.
Panties are like what 90-year-old women wear, okay?
These smears are taken to a laboratory where bacteria is isolated, cleaned, then analyzed and multiplied. At the end of the process, the bacteria are used to produce the pure lactic acid that goes into the beer. I don't know, man. I just like this is a brewery that does this not just for her, but for a number of women.
Oh my.
This is they found an entire market for this.
Wow.
What the fuck are we doing? Sorry. Okay. I'm done talking about that. Do you have anything else?
Anybody buying this stuff, please get help.
Also, I want to know how it tastes. Tell us. If you're going to actually buy it and drink it, do a review. Do a whole taste test and show it in the light. Smell it. Do a sip. Spit it out. Swirl it. You know, all that stuff. Do the whole thing. All the sensory analysis. Do it. You'll make a lot of money on YouTube.
I would have a really hard time, like just ordering that.
Right?
Like, I think it'd be one of
How
those
do
things.
they not hate themselves?
Right.
Right?
I would have I think what would happen is I would want to order it as a bit, right? Like order a
Right.
6-pack of it, and as I move my mouse over it, my hand just starts shaking. It's like don't like just press the order, just order. I'm like no, you know, just staring at my hand trying to make it happen, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I feel like I'm cheating on my wife. That's
Yeah.
what it is. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, totally.
oh weird.
She says, like, basically, like, pap smear myself. They want to make beer using my vaginal yeast. Like, the same profile.
Can we stop
I
saying
guess.
vaginal?
Vagina.
Can we stop saying smear?
That's
For the
so,
love of God.
First of all, what woman wants to, like, voluntarily pap smear herself? Horrible. Who
Just
wants to do that stuff?
just stop saying smear. Just
Smear.
stop it. Hey, King Cracker came in, says, hey, Craig, been following since the Razor Fist interview. Keep doing what you're doing. Also got Super Mario Wonder from watching your streams of it. All right, King Cracker, you're going to love it, man. Thank you so much for coming in. Razor's on Mondays. Love having Razor on. Holy fuck came in with the membership for 1 month. Says, did any of you guys watch Old Dads on Netflix? It's got a few misses in my opinion, but it's mostly on point when poking fun at current day BS. Did you see this, Melonie? I think you'd like that movie. Did you see Old Dads?
No, I haven't even heard of it.
So it is what's that comedian? Bill Burr. It's a Bill Burr film.
Okay.
And it really, I'm not gonna say, okay, a film like that, and it's the same with the South Park thing, right? And the South Park, well, I don't want to give away the resolution on it, but it more or less, once again, pokes fun at everybody, right?
Mhm.
Pokes fun at people who complain about the woke stuff all day, pokes fun at
Right.
the woke stuff all day, pokes fun at everything. It's the same with this Old Dads thing, where it's like a fun 90 minutes, but there are some very, very raw scenes in it where Bill Burr really goes hard on just how pussified the world is today. And it's pretty good. So
Okay.
very Bill Burr. It's
That
called Old
sounds
Dads
cool.
for sure. Peter came in. Oh, sorry. Holy fuck. Peter came in. Says, there should be a Side Scrollers episodes where young Ripa replaces Craig and everyone on the panel just refers to him as Craig the whole show.
That would be hilarious.
Oh, thanks, Peter.
We should all swap. I'll be some dude comes in as me, like Epic Mike or something like that. Someone as
that'd be
Ripa. It'd be great. Everyone just swaps.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Blake says, just stay away from the coffee creamer. Ugh.
Ew.
Someone in chat said Dylan Mulvaney beer win.
Oh.
No, he will probably do it with some, I don't know. He doesn't have a vagina, so use your imagination.
Yeah.
Raider came in and says, new respect for Twisted Melonie. Let's go.
Thank you, Raider.
Menstrual mask coming 2024.
Oh,
Stay
up.
tuned.
You should probably buy that domain, minstrelmask.com.
Yes, I need to work on that.
Corner that market. Ugh. Chaos says she can sell used rubbers filled with salty fluid. Well, if it touched her in any way, shape, or form, I'm sure people would be all about that shit. Sudwuku came in and says, howdy gang, I left my earbuds at home, so I can't listen while I work. Still want to show support for the show though. You guys make a long work day seem short. Ah, man, that's awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you, Sunwuku. Greatly appreciate that. And thank you for the support even when you can't hear us. Elsa Barrett says,
girl in Spider-Man 2.
Oh, man. Elsa came in and says, y'all lying if you say you wouldn't buy an original Amouranth minstrel blood finger.
No. I find better things to spend my money on.
I'm pretty sure I could find better things to spend money on than that.
Oh, wow.
And Matthew just wants to know, when is the flood coming? I was at dinner last night. I went to dinner with an old friend, and his wife was there, and she is convinced that this is the start of the end of the world. And
it might be. Well,
so my response to that was, yes, that may be the case, but if social media was around when our parents were growing up, I'm sure they think the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know, I'm sure they would have thought the exact same thing. John came in and says, Amouranth is secretly married to DSP. That's why she needs the money.
Oh my God.
Keep beating that WWE champions, baby. Let's go, John. Thank you very much. Orthodox Monks came in with a 5. Says, blown out, childless, never. Oh, this is how she's going to end. Blown out, childless, never satisfied, and even depressed with all that money. These people and the people that go against God need the prayers the most. And that's, I
feel like that would just be such an empty feeling if you spend so much of your life and spend all of your youth obsessing over money, and that just drives your every move. It's just money, money, money. And then you finally obtain it. And then you're like, oh, that's it. Like, especially since for a lot of people, they're going to be older and they're going to be like, wow, I could have actually appreciated life instead of just been so obsessed with something so trivial at the end of the day.
Well, you see these TikToks of these women who, there's one in particular where I saw this lady. She's like, what it's like being a 40-year-old woman with no kids. And she has like money and she's putting it all over her face. And she's like, I'm going to go see a movie at any time I want. I'm going to go get my nails done, whatever you want. And it's like, okay, like if that's what you're into, awesome. But I get to go to my kids' soccer games on Saturday. I get to go and hang out with my kids at, whatever, I get to do these things. These are not bad things. And yeah, there are tough times, but there are tough times in anything. And I don't know.
What I don't understand is the people who say stuff like that, and the people who are just like, when they talk about being child-free and stuff, it's always just about money. It's like, well, not everyone is going to have children. You can still live a happy life without children, but why is money always the thing? Like, why can't it be enriched friendships and a husband or a wife or something like that? Why is it always just, oh, look how happy I am because I have money? Money doesn't bring happiness. I don't care what anybody says, it doesn't.
I'll say this. They can do that when they're 30. They can do that when they're 40. But when they're 60 and looking back at nothing, that they've left absolutely nothing behind, that's when they're going to be upset. I think it'd be very hard to find somebody 60 years old who's like, or 60, 70 years old who's like, doing the same thing with their money. Because I don't have kids, I think it'd be very, very different. So back Backyard Tardis came in with a membership for 17 months. Says Blaz and Melonie probably don't realize how classic Side Scrollers news desk stories this is, as Craig's old host used to find stories like this. You are correct. You are correct, Backyard Tardis. Right. People be like, how can you talk about this? I've been talking about this stuff for 17 years. It's like, and laughing at it too. So, and you're right. My old host would have found stuff like this, but today they would never touch it. It's horrible. Don't shame them. John came in and says, would the beer be called Pabst?
Oh no.
Would the beer be called Pabst Blue Ribbon Smear? Fuck, John. Gross. All right, I'm done with that shit.
I got some Rumble rants.
Yes.
Okay. So, dude, you didn't do any Rumble rants, right? Before I go on my tisms?
Nope.
Okay. So, dude, for $5 says, I'm going to send you a story about stories and games that Melee guessed last night. That was a lot. Would be a great topic on Monday so it doesn't get lost over the weekend. Yeah, sure. Send it away. All right, hang on.
Great, dude.
Scroll,
Thank you.
scroll. Man, Rumble's busy today. All right, dude again comes in for $1. That's capitalism. If people are willing to buy it, it will be sold.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
then Cryptic for $5 says, I think beer is the yeast of her problem. She should stick to wearing clothes and giving lonely men a rise.
It's pretty good. Pretty good little
There we
pun
go.
right there.
Caught up. That was a good one.
The best name I can think of came in with the 2 says, call it hoo-ha hooch. Let's
Yeah.
go. All right.
Wow.
Listen, men have all, okay, and this is going to be a fun conversation. Men have all sorts of names for dicks and vaginas, right? There's hoo-ha, coochie, right? Wiener, whatever. Go down the list. Are there any slang terms for anatomy that women use that men don't use? Can you think of any?
No, because men like to use all the terms for women's.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't sure. I don't
They
know these
describe
things.
it like to the T. They're like, oh, the clit, the genital, everything,
JJ,
Yeah. Pussy, like everything. Yeah, I don't know.
Digno Game says, gross stream, unsubscribe. Me too. Oh, man. All right. Let's move on to our next story. Let's go to this. No, that's not the Twitch one. No, let's go. Blobs, you wanted to talk about something today. The
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Fantastic Things?
Yeah, I'll do it right now. Boom. Okay. There it is. Well, why didn't it let me share it? Hello. I can't pull it up for some reason. It just keeps saying remove. There you go. All right, so David Yates, who produced the last 4 Harry Potter films and all 3 Fantastic Beasts films, has come out and said that Fantastic Beasts is all just parked right now, which means it's a no-go. And honestly, I'm not surprised given the fact how much drama they've had. J.K. Rowling, whatever you think of that, she caused some controversy. Firing Johnny Depp when they basically told him you have to quit, like go away now in a letter. And then Ezra Miller, so yeah, this franchise is basically dead, sadly. They were supposed to have 5 movies, and J.K. Rowling even said it back in 2016 or so, there was going to be 5 movies, but then the crew didn't even know about that. So when she announced it, like the directors and all that were like, wait, what? There's 5 movies? Like, we're just happy with this one, see how this one goes, and there's 5 planned. So instead of getting 5, we only have 3, and it looks like that's going to be it.
Okay, so as a total normie here,
Yeah,
this is the
normie.
This is the spin-off of Harry Potter?
The spin-off happens in the early 1900s compared to the 1990s when Harry Potter's placed.
Okay, and Johnny Depp is he was the lead.
He's
in
the
it.
villain. Yes,
Oh, he's
so
the
he
bad
was
guy.
The villain. This is Johnny Depp's Grindelwald in the second movie. And then he got fired and replaced with Mads Mikkelsen, and this was Grindelwald in the third movie.
Oh, okay.
Different. They look totally different.
Right.
Yeah, this was how he was supposed to originally look, to be honest. He wasn't supposed to be like this mad scientist. So I don't know why they did that in the first place, but yeah.
So how did the actual fans feel about the aside from the whole controversy around Amber Heard and all that, but like in terms of just general performance and how that character was portrayed?
Yeah,
That's what I'm curious about.
Very divisive. A lot of people were like, Johnny Depp was great for this role, blah, 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 blah. I won't be watching the third movie because he's not in it. But a lot of people are like, oh, Mads Mikkelsen's a great actor. Let me give him a chance. And that was how I was like, oh, that's kind of shitty changing the actor.
Right.
Never really a great move. But honestly, I kind of liked Mads Mikkelsen's version better. Just because he didn't look like a psychopath. When the villain is a psychopath, but he doesn't look like one. He's supposed to be charming and everything. And that really just screams like
right. I mean,
go to the sun or something.
Yeah.
Vampire. So,
interesting.
Yeah, it's very divisive. And yeah,
Okay.
Ezra Miller's character in the last one is basically dying, so they can totally just write him off. If they ever
were any women harmed in the making of this film?
We don't know. There's never anything about it. It's Warner
keep
Brothers.
the chairs bolted down.
Yeah, who knows what he did? But yeah, he's a psychopath, that one. So, and apparently Warner Brothers still loves him, and maybe he's sucking a lot of dick. I don't know, but yeah.
Well, okay. Wow.
Ta-da!
Thank you, Blabs. Nailed that.
There we go. Now we know.
All right.
What is this about Twitch? Because I don't know if there's something new, because I know Twitch did announce at TwitchCon that you can multi-stream now.
Yes.
Was there something else?
Well, they announced that they're not going to be paying people big money. You want to pull it up, Labs?
What?
Yeah. So what they've done is, if they've decided that it doesn't make sense to go and start bidding wars anymore, they've announced that they're going to stop.
I love the meme.
Oh, like the exclusive deals.
Yeah. They're going to stop saying, "Hey, come to our platform," because they don't want to drive up the price, which I think is actually a bad thing. Because the prices go up, and that's a good thing for it's the rising tides raises all boats, raises all boats, right? So as these streamers are getting mega deals, then I think that's a great thing. It just continues to rise for people. Which, by the way, I think Dr. Disrespect is announcing something today. Like there's rumors that he's signing something. So that'll be very interesting.
I am curious about the ROI on that, because some of these contracts are just monumental. Are they actually getting that money back in the long run is what I'm curious about.
That's a great question. And I think what they see a lot of these expenses, it's more than having them on the platform. It's more than it's a marketing thing. It's 100% a marketing thing. It's making them relevant. What you've seen with Kick is they've had a different strategy than Mixer did. Mixer tried, remember they came out and they signed Ninja and they signed a bunch of different folks, and it still didn't matter. Now Mixer's platform wasn't Kick's. Kick is more or less a clone of Twitch. It's like the exact same platform. Mixer tried to do something different. They tried to win with technology, our instant, we're doing this instant streaming thing, the super low latency and blah, blah, blah. Nobody gave a shit. But Ninja signed, and his audience was a fraction of the size. And I actually think if you look at the trajectory of Ninja's career, now, granted, he is beyond wealthy right now, doesn't need to work a day in his life because he signed that deal. But his audience was fractured after that deal. Signed that deal, and a lot of people didn't follow him over to Mixer. So where he was streaming to 40 and 50,000 people now, I think he's only quote unquote streaming to tens of thousands of people now. So, and it may be Fortnite's not as popular or as relevant as it was during its heyday, but as far as them making money back on their investment, I think I would love to see the numbers on that. I don't think that they do. I think it's a losing proposition right now initially, but it's built as a marketing expense for 2, 3, 4 years down the line.
That makes sense. I feel like they almost have to do that though, instead of just signing people with, am I going to make all of this back and more from this specific creator? Because like you said, there is a risk associated with that, with the creator being bound to one platform at an exclusive capacity, because you could have a divide in your audience. You could completely, tank your own brand after the deal's done. It's like, so they kind of have to be proposing these big contracts.
Right. Which, by the way, as we continue to grow, line them up. Let's go. Get those big contracts lined up. We're ready to go. we are funded by you, friends. We are funded by you. So and our audience. So but maybe one day we won't have to be. But we'll see how that goes. All right. Let's see. What else we got today, Blabs? Anything else we need to talk about?
Well, there is one thing that I really need to share.
Uh-oh.
Like, it has to be done now.
Okay.
There we go.
Uh-oh. Here it is.
So from Cloud, this is the Panda Stone was used on Craig's, Blab, and Melonie. First up, try it.
Hey, hold on.
Look how soft you are.
Straight up wood.
You're pretty.
I'm hot.
One of your eyes is bigger than the other, but that's fine. We'll just
It's
put it back over.
okay.
It's okay.
Just wear an eye patch.
Yeah.
On the smaller eye.
Yeah.
Hey, say it. Like, come on.
I'm like Harry
Oh,
Blabs.
okay, Blabs.
Let's go.
Wood. I like how I'm pointing at Funko Harry too. Like, hey, man. And then look at that, Melonie.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
They even give you a
I
hairy
look
chest.
like my brother.
They give you a hairy chest.
The hairy
wow.
chest. All right.
Nice. Hey, go back to me more. I want to stare at myself a little bit longer. Let's
He's
go.
like, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, come on. Let's go.
I think
right.
Melonie might be the winner. I mean, she's got the hairy chest and everything. And look at that sideburn,
That's pretty
man.
great.
Well done.
You got a little Dan Vass going on. You got the man bun thing going on over there, which is great. Wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's nice. All right. Well, I'll tell you what.
Funny.
Maybe I should do a. Maybe there's a female filter of me that I can just stream in.
We all just turn up one day with filters.
Yeah, with
Then
filters.
you can sell your own wine once you get famous from that.
Oh my God. Just piss in a jar and just I'm selling my PP. Welcome to Side Scrollers, everybody. Let's go. Oh man. Anything else on the chopping block today, Blabs?
Anything you want. We got a couple of things. I mean, you want to talk like Thor real fast? Thor 5's been confirmed. That's it.
There you go. Great.
Nobody asked for it. There it is.
Let's see. That $40,000 a week at Disney thing. That's okay. That's not.
I
really
have something we can share. I got this.
Okay. All right, Blabs. Let's finish strong.
We're finishing something. All right. How about that?
Oh God. Oh no.
Oh no.
All right, we have a race of the portly putanis over here. They're going hard, making their way up. Who do you got? Melonie? Who's gonna win?
Yellow girl's booking it.
Watch out for Orange on the side.
Come on, you can do it.
Go Yellow,
yes!
go Orange. Get her, Orange. Get her, catch up. Oh, Orange tired out on the way there. There we
Pink
go.
lost her hair.
Let's get the hell out of here. All right, that's it for today. Once again, I will not be streaming this afternoon with Dan. We're going to try to make up that early next week, definitely before Halloween. I want you guys to have an excellent weekend. Once again, no streaming this afternoon, but please go over and subscribe to the Melonie Mac Go Boom channel, as well as Bible Time with Melonie Mac. How's the channel doing, by the way?
It's doing good. It just hit over 11,000 subscribers on the Bible channel, so I'm really excited about that. And yeah, it's been fun.
That is awesome. That is great. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Spectacular. A reminder, we'll be back on Monday with Razor Fist. That'll be a great show. It always is. Mondays are super duper fun. So make sure you guys join us for there. Head over to rumble.com/sidescrollers. Hit the follow button over there. Oh, wait, we got a Rumble rant from Blake.
Yeah, just showed up from B. Barrett, Melonie's Sacramental Wine.
There you go. Love that. Gross. We hit our goal of 20 new members today, which is spectacular. Thank you very much. We also hit the 300 likes goal. And make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if it's your first time popping in, and the thumbs up button on your way out. Melonie, thank you very much for your time today. Appreciate you having coming on.
Thank you. I had fun.
As always, man. The conversations we have are nuts.
I love it.
Blabs, great job today. We'll see you guys later on Monday when we're back at it, 11 a.m. Central Time, Monday through Friday. Your place for sanity and common sense in the video game world. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. See you guys Monday. Bye-bye.